Brakatah Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Bashem Rakak Wadash. This is a series titled King David is Still Alive. And just going to be a series of quick hits, no long lessons, just quick hits so that they could be digested. So here's the book of Hosea, chapter 3. And the verse 4 through 5, they chronicle King David returning in the end times. Okay, so we're going to pick up right there, verse 4. And the children of Yasharallah, Israel, shall abide many days without a king. You know, so since we've been in these captivities, man, we haven't had a king. You know, we've been under the subject rule of heathens, more particularly in these last couple thousand years, a little more than a couple thousand years actually, but you know, the empires of Greece and Rome, you know, it's been really horrible for us, and without a prince. All right, so we don't have a king, we don't have a prince, you know, we're not under the rulership of a bestowed king, and we're not under the rulership of a bestowed prince, you know, whether that would be Yahweh Shai or King David. You know, we don't have either. And without a sacrifice, we don't have the Levitical priesthood. It's been done away with. We don't have our heritage fully intact. We don't have, you know, all of our verbal histories. We don't have we're missing a lot of pieces to this puzzle that built up our culture and our heritage. And without an image, we don't have an image. You know, we're referred to as bywords, you know, blacks, Native Americans, Latinos, Hispanics, West Indians, you know, Tontos, niggas, right? African Americans, all these different names, right? All these different fashions, all these different styles. We don't have our own thing, the original thing. It's been stolen from us, and a lot of it's been hidden. And without an ephod, you know, so the high priest, he will wear the ephod, you know, that's the breastplate with the jewels on it. And without a teraphim was an idol. All right, but there was for some reason people used to have these idols, which are right here. And this is taking me somewhere else. You know, these idols, and these are the teraphim right here, which is considered idolatry. You know, but we don't have any of our customs, good or bad, you know. So many days, many years, thousands of years, this has transpired that we've been raped, robbed, and plundered. Verse 5, afterward shall the children of Yasharallah, Israel, return. So what is the return? Is that talking about being in the millennial reign? No. Some people would like you to think that so that these two scriptures here can fit their narrative that King David is dead. But what this is talking about is us returning back to the Father and the Son. All right. This is talking about, you know, Ezekiel chapter 37, the rising of those dry bones. Revelation 11 and 11, us standing back up on our feet. All right. Afterward shall the children of Israel return and seek the Lord their power. So, you know, once we come back into this truth, we seek Yahweh Shai. We repent. We try to return back to our image. Okay? And David, their king. All right? Because that's a part of the reestablishment, is King David will be set back up as the king of Israel forever under Yahweh Shai. Under Yahweh Shai, rather. Okay, so we're seeking the Lord, but we're also seeking to be put back on top and having that king and that prince established. That King of Kings is Yahweh Shai, and that prince will be King David. So ultimately, this is just saying, we're seeking the fulfillment of us coming back into the good graces of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man, and ruling the world, and having the heathen as our slaves and owning this world. And shall fear the Lord and his goodness in the latter days. We're in the latter days now, man. The latter days is not going to be in the millennial reign. That's after the latter days are over with. So us fearing the Lord, Yahweh Yahweh Shai, essentially is a part of us seeking the Lord, our power. Okay? And shall fear the Lord and his goodness in the latter days. So we fear the Lord and his goodness in these times. And when Jacob trouble really hits, it's already began, just like World War III's began. But it hasn't got to that super critical mass season yet. Obviously, we're still in homes and apartments, going to jobs, being able to spend money and buy food. Martial law isn't here yet. The economy crash hasn't came yet. During Jacob's trouble, it'll probably be thermonuclear disasters that have happened. Probably. Mass die-offs, starvation, etc. People compromising, taking the Capri Sun and taking the RFID chip. So we're almost at that time, and we shall really seek the Lord our power and the goodness, and also fear Yahweh Yahweh Shai in those latter days. And we also will seek after David, our king, because we're going to need some proper leadership, which is all part of the prophecies and the will of the Lord. So I'm going to read this all the way through now. For the children of Israel shall abide many days without a king, and without a prince, and without a sacrifice, and without an image, and without an ephod, and without teraphim. Afterwards shall the children of Israel return and seek the Lord their power, and David their king, and shall fear the Lord and his goodness in the latter days. All right. So that's part 1. Part 2 is coming up very soon. Shalom, shalom, shalom. And I pray this is edifying.